What's up YouTube, ODST General back again with another Operation Trebuchet news video. So this week guys, we have some bigger news, not a huge video because there wasn't a lot talked about, but the stuff that was talked about to me is really big. So starting us off on the official news side, we have Milton finally getting his butt in gear and the dog's Wombat is now in game. And generally speaking, it's ready to go. It needs some work still, landing gear, stuff like that needs to be done. The gun was taken out so that it can be put in as part of a pylon system instead. So that's looking really good though. Fantastic looking asset. I'm very excited for it. Now we did have the Wombat in through UNSC Extended Arsenal side mod, which is still available for like an earlier iteration of it. But it just wasn't in that complete of a state before Tim quit working on it. So it's probably about as functional as this one is right now, so I'm looking forward to seeing this thing getting finished. And as far as like the actual appearance of the asset, is a lot nicer shape and everything too. Beyond that, probably the biggest news from today's video is we have another map to show off from Nightovizard. This time we have Phobos. So this one was another secret map he was working on. This one is smaller in scale. Kind of a different environment. It's a space map. It's one of Mars' moons. Now, there isn't much about Phobos in Halo lore other than it is home to some sort of penal colony for mining and stuff like that. And that's really all there is. And that sums up this map pretty well. It is a kind of a spacey looking map. You know, there's it's always going to be nighttime. It's always going to be dark. And it's basically, you know, just this stellar body that you're going to be on now. Of course, standard Arma stuff still applies, so you'll still be able to breathe and everything outside the buildings and all that. So nothing really too crazy or anything like that. But of course, nonetheless, it is still a awesome environment. Now, we did have Eridanus Secundus that the famous bush lurker was working on before he passed away. And it's unfortunately, I don't know if we're ever going to see that finished because the lighting on that was kind of screwed up and everything. And that was probably part of a result of a update to Arma that happened, I believe, after he had passed. I'm not 100% certain. So that may get fixed. It may not. I don't know. But this is very similar in concept of the map itself. So this is pretty neat. So if for whatever reason we don't ever get Eridanus Secundus properly implemented, we'll always have this at the very least. Like last time, I will go ahead and just play some music for a little bit here so you guys can kind of enjoy that. Alright, and I am back, guys. So, hope you guys enjoyed the sneak peek at Phobos. With that being said, that is all we have on the official news site. Now, we do have a bunch of community news. So starting us off, we have Operation Arsenal expansion. So starting us off with that, we have a adjustment to the skeleton swapping system, which a option in CBA is in there. Vehicle adjustments, added pylons to the Falcon. The biggest thing, however, was adding the D20 grenade. Now, this is kind of a meme grenade that was inspired by Cursed Halo mod, and there is 46 different randomly generated features or functions or side effects is probably more an appropriate word for it. When you throw this D20 grenade, it does all sorts of weird stuff. And you guys will be seeing some of that in the background of this video. I did have to mute it for a second because I threw a grenade and there was an explosion. I didn't have hearing protection in with ACE enabled. Besides that, with the grenade, you do have to enable it, which is what that last part is talking about, where you can go into the options, the add-on options, and tick the ability to use the grenade on for the mission. That way people can't just be using these in like standard operations and stuff where you wouldn't want them used, so that's a fantastic feature too, giving the mission creator the option to turn that on or off. It's a fun weapon, it's a joke of a weapon, but I love it. Aside from that, we have Bachter's Warthog. So last week we showed off an official Warthog from Vlad being worked on, but Bachter had actually been working on his Warthog, and I had missed his posts about that last week when I was talking about Vlad's. I hadn't seen that he had posted some images like right before I commented, so I thought I'd seen all the posts, and there was a short little period in which he had actually posted the pictures that I hadn't actually seen. So, you know, of course, it's vastly improved since the last time we've seen it. We've got a low poly version here, which obviously doesn't look like much, but then you start getting into the higher detail stuff, and it looks really awesome. I'm actually really excited. Now, I'm not generally a big fan of 343 style art, you know, Halo 4 and Halo 5, but like most people, I think, you know, at least I think most people, the Warthog looked really good from those games. It's not only probably like the best asset from those games, it actually might be like one of the best Warthogs in Halo in like overall. And so this thing, of course, naturally as a result, kind of looks really good too. So I'm very excited to see this thing continuing getting work on it, all that stuff. So I'm very hyped for that. Beyond that, we have the Halberd Destroyer once more. We've got a little bit of additional work on the side and detailing, stuff like that. Not really much that you can kind of tell from previous updates and versions. It's all kind of minor stuff to the exterior hull. The biggest news with the Halberd is that this is now available on the Steam Workshop. Now, of course, it is still a static prop. There is still no collision. There's no interiors or anything like that. It is just a giant untextured halberd. Now, with that being said, if this is something you still want to put in your map as a background prop, it could arguably work. It's still, you know, obviously it would be off without the textures and everything. Some people may want to do that, though, so the option's there. At the very least, you guys can take a peek at it if you want yourselves and get feedback on to Ethan and all that stuff. The link for that, like Operation Arsenal expansion, which I forgot to mention, will both be down in the mod list, which is linked down below in the information section. Then we have, to finish us off, a private mod. Now, normally I don't talk about private mods, but this is really neat. We have a Gamma Company mod here, where they are converting the Meerkat, and I use that with giant quotation marks because this is actually based off of a concept art by Alex Eacham, which was at one point in time photoshopped to use some Halo logos, and somebody tried to pass it off like concept art from Reach or Infinite, and they passed around some Bungie forums or 343's forums or something. It does look very Halo-like, so apparently Gamma Company has decided that they like the appearance of the vehicle and they're going to try and implement it in, and I think it's a cool vehicle too. I actually like the concept and everything, so kind of neat to see that they're going forward with it, and I'm looking forward to tracking this and seeing what else they do with it. Other than that, guys, that is everything we have for Operation Trebuchet this week. Like I said, short video, but a lot of big stuff in there, a lot of really awesome news in my opinion. With that being said, guys, my videos are all kind of wacky because of the holidays and the extra day where some guests and stuff were over that I hadn't expected, as odd as that might sound. But we will have another video coming out soon for Armor Halo stuff. There was a big information dump for Far Isle, as well as some additional stuff that was sent to me in private channels that I want to go ahead and share with you guys. And I'm very excited to talk about all that stuff and cover all the releases they had. So, of course, if you guys aren't already, hit that subscribe button, follow whatever, and hopefully within the next day or two, I'll have that video out and ready to go for you. I don't know if it's going to be out tomorrow, depending on when this video comes out. This may come out Sunday, which is today. It may not come out until Monday, so depending on what happens with that, I'm going to shift things around as appropriate. Yeah, other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Take it easy. Have a wonderful rest of your day.